All right, welcome to the first episode of Off the Wall podcast from Around the Diamond. I'm your host, Bobby. Joining me, Matt. Welcome, first episode.
Yes, it is. Let's go. What's good, Bobby?
Yep, I'm ready. Back, new year, new podcast, Off the Wall. We'll bring this to you guys once a week, and yeah, it'll be filled with fun segments, guests we'll have on, and I mean, there's nothing going on with baseball right now, so we'll make the most out of it. Give you guys some
Yes,
good
sir. Let's
baseball
do it.
content. All right. So, just a little introduction. I'm Bobby. I run around the diamond, do social media stuff, make posts along with Matt, and try and make as much like baseball content as we can. And Matt, I'm a Yankee fan, by the way, if you can't tell from back here. And my favorite baseball player, got to be Aaron Judge. But I do like a lot of other players, Bryce Harper, as Matt might say. But I don't know. I'm a big baseball fan, along with a Yankee fan. I promise I'm not a typical Yankee fan.
So what's up, everybody? I'm Matt Hoover. If you follow Around the Diamond closely, you may know me. I have the Frozen Rope podcast. Uh, like Bobby said, we're making all kinds of content, posts, videos. We still got the blogs and, like I said, the podcast. So yeah, I helped Bobby with Around the Diamond. Super pumped to bring this new podcast to you guys. As Bobby alluded to a little bit, I am a Phillies fan. And my favorite player would have to be Bryce Harper, but a close second, especially from before Bryce came, Rhys Hoskins, bit of a underrated player in my opinion. But once Bryce joined, come on, how can you not love him?
Of course.
Unless you're a Braves or Mets fan, probably,
Yep.
or a Nationals fan for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I love Bryce. I've always loved Bryce. So a lot of people hate him, but I just love the way he plays. Anyway, so yeah, that's really it. Me and Matt are the one, mostly Matt is the one behind Instagram, making graphics, things like that. We've just been making videos, trying to pump out a bunch of content. Anyway, let's get into it. 2021 was kind of a rough year, along with 2020. So hopefully,
sure.
2022 we could bounce back, have a nice, good year, smooth year. And speaking of bouncing back, Matt, let's talk about some players that will bounce back in 2020.
All right.
What are you thinking?
So I got three players, two of them former MVPs. So
Okay. All right, let's hear.
First off,
one.
Christian Yelich. So Yelich, as everybody knows, struggled the last two seasons, but before that, he was MVP, and he's shown the potential that he is capable of being that guy, that big bat that the Brewers need. So Yelich last year hit a 248, not very hot, 373 slugging, and a 736 OPS. So, not very much there. And then what really surprised me, only 9 home runs last year. So I was like, wow, that's really something that, because the Brewers were really looking for that big bat later on in the season, especially in the postseason.
Yeah.
And I feel like Yelich definitely can be that guy. He just has to step it up a little bit. So hopefully he can shake off the bad COVID year and then leave 2021 behind him and just jump right into a great year this year.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. The Brewers' pitching was unbelievable last year, and if Yelich had played to his MVP level, just have that bat, they could have made it further in the playoffs and stuff. But Braves knocked him out. But yeah, they definitely needed him. All right, my first player, who I'm going with, another former MVP. I'll continue your lead with that, Mookie Betts.
Okay.
So
okay,
he wasn't awful last year by any means. He got a 264 with an 854 OPS, which was his lowest since 2017. And I mean, those aren't awful numbers, but I mean, Mookie Betts is, when healthy, is one of the best players in baseball. There's no question about that. But last year was just an off year. He was battling injuries, different injuries all season. But every baseball fan knows that when Mookie Betts is healthy, he is one of the best all-around players in baseball, and that's a fact. So hopefully he can bounce back in 2022. But I don't know. I hope so. He's a great player when he's healthy. He just wasn't himself last year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like it was pretty easy to overlook his struggles because the
Mhm.
Dodgers still advanced really far in the playoffs
Yeah.
and still were the second best team record-wise in baseball.
Mhm.
And, most people didn't even blink an eye that
Yeah.
Mookie Betts wasn't his normal self because there's just
Exactly.
so many other great players. But with
Mhm.
Seager leaving, he might need to step up a little bit,
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. All right, next one, Matt. Let's hear it.
All right, so I'm gonna actually double up on each of ours. So I had
Ooh.
an MVP, you had an MVP, and then you had a Dodger. So I got a Dodger and an MVP.
Okay.
So Cody Bellinger. So
Belly.
as everybody knows, yeah, Belly has been struggling big time,
Yeah.
and it's been sad to watch. I really hated watching it just because it's so the fall from grace that he had where he was MVP, like I said, and you viewed him as like a top 5 player for
Oh, for
years to
sure.
come. And then last year hit a lowly 165. Like that's demoted to AAA or worse level there.
Mhm.
302 slugging and then a 542 on base percentage, which is yikes.
Yeah.
So or on base plus slugging, sorry, not on
Yeah.
base
Yeah.
percentage.
No, I know what you meant.
um Belly had 10 home runs, just one more than Yelich, but still really, really bad numbers compared to a
Yeah.
guy who hit 40, I think, at least 40 in the season.
Yeah.
And
I think he even hit
it
high
seemed to be
40s at some point.
this, yeah, it seemed to be the same deal as Yelich. The COVID season 2020 really, really hurt him. He didn't do good. And then last year, still, he seemed to be out of it still. So I
Mhm.
think Bellinger, obviously, he's shown he has the potential, and you've seen some things, at least I have. I don't know if you have things on videos on him fixing his swing just a little bit. He tweaked it just a little bit,
Mhm.
and he's doing at least semi better in the postseason / end of the season.
Yeah.
So I think he could be poised for a big breakout year.
Yeah. Because even think about, that was the NLCS when he had that big home run, right? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the NLCS because Melo was in the stands and he had that funny reaction.
Yes, I remember
But
the video.
but yeah, I mean, like most of these guys that we're gonna name, we know how good they are, and they just had a rocky year. And oh, Bellinger, that was rough.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it might be stepping out on a limb a little bit to say he could get the whole way back to MVP form, because I don't know about that necessarily, but at least a couple
Be a
steps up
decent
from
play.
a 165
Exa-
average.
You can't be
Yeah.
worse. You can't be worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. My next guy, who I believe will have a bounce back year in 2022, your guy, Aaron Nola. So
Yes,
Aaron
sir.
Nola
Let's hope
posted
so.
4.63 ERA last year. However,
Yikes.
you look into the stats, he actually posted the highest strikeout rate of his career over a full season at 29.8% and the lowest walk rate at 5.2. And so you look at that, but you look at the 4.63 ERA. So he had like some upside to that year. He also had a 4.5 WAR and his FIP was 3.37. So obviously he was just unlucky, and his numbers really didn't display the performance he really put out last year. So we know Aaron Nola is very good when he's on and when he's right. So him and Zach Wheeler next year, what did he finish in Cy Young?
He finished second, I think.
Second, yeah.
Second or third.
So Zach Wheeler finishing a finalist for Cy Young, then Aaron Nola, who could very well finish top 5. He has that capability, I think. That's going to be great for the Phillies next year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was every time. It used to be like 2 years ago. It was like Nola Day. Like here we
Yeah,
go. That's probably a win. This
yeah,
year it was like you're either gonna get Nola gives up 1 run or Nola gives up 6 runs, and
yeah.
it's like you just can't deal with that. Now, like
Hmm.
you were saying about getting unlucky, I think part of that plays in the Phillies defense. They were bottom of the pretty far down the league in defense this year.
Yeah,
Um, so if they could step that up, uh, shore up their defense a little bit, I think it definitely helped him a lot.
yeah, for sure. All right, next one. Let's hear it.
All right. My final player, not an MVP, but he's been an MVP candidate. I think finished top 5 1 year.
Okay.
Anthony Rendon
Oh,
for the Angels. So Rendon 2 years ago in 2020, the season
mm,
wasn't horrible. He batted, I think it was 268, and then but last year injuries and just he couldn't stay healthy, and then he had the big hip injury which knocked him out. But in that time, he didn't do quite as bad as Bellinger, but
yeah,
a 240 average, 382 slugging, and then 712 OPS. But only
mm,
6 home runs in that time.
yeah.
If
Kind of the
he's
same thing
able
as Yelich.
to stay healthy,
Hmm.
yeah, he's got to stay healthy, and he's really going to benefit from having Trout and Otani in that lineup. The pitchers just can't pitch around those guys
Yeah,
and pitch around Rendon. He's definitely a threat. He showed that when he was on the Nationals and even his first year with the Angels. So I think definitely having healthy Trout and healthy Otani protecting him in the lineup will be huge for him.
yeah, for sure. Because you think about it, and everyone's saying like, "Oh, I can't wait for Trout and Otani to be in the same lineup next year." And you kind of, don't actually, but you kind of forget Rendon even exists because everyone's
Oh
just
yeah,
bumping up Trout and Otani. And you think about it, and when Rendon's healthy, he's like you said, he's a very, very elite baseball player. So to have the three of them in the lineup next year, it's going to be pretty cool to see. And hopefully they can stay healthy. Trout a full season. Hopefully Otani can do repeat what he did this year, and then
yeah,
Rendon. It could be scary, and it could be really fun to watch.
yeah. Definitely a lot of hope for our Super Halo Bros.
Yeah. All right. And then my last one that I have, newly acquired free agent for the Detroit Tigers, Eduardo Rodriguez. So he's coming from the Red Sox to Detroit. Comerica Park is one of the best pitcher parks for home runs. It's a very big ballpark. So he won't be letting up any home runs. And similarly to Aaron Nola, he posted a career high strikeout percentage and a career low walk rate. And the same thing again with Aaron Nola. Erod was very unlucky. He had a 3.32 FIP and a 3.64 Sierra. So, as you said, you're comparing the Phillies defense. Red Sox defense was not. Wait a second. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Hold on.
No,
I was
yeah,
reading.
Red Sox
I was
defense
reading.
wasn't great.
Yeah, I was reading. Yes, but yeah, no. Red Sox defense was not great either. So that again could just go part of the blame to the defense. But Erod, new start, probably less pressure too, pitching in the AL Central compared to the AL East.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's definitely
I,
true.
because pitching in Boston, obviously you have more pressure there than Detroit, low market team. He won't. Yeah, I I
Yeah,
think this is a great place for him.
I feel like he definitely could have had pretty lofty expectations in Boston, especially
Hmm.
once Sale was injured for that time. He
Yeah.
was sort of their go-to guy. He wasn't
Hmm.
necessarily ace level, but they had
Yeah.
sort of those expectations out of
Yeah.
him.
They had to lean on him,
So
and also
yeah.
facing the Yankees, Blue Jays in that division,
Oh yeah.
tough. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
oh,
for
and the
sure.
Rays. I'm sorry, but yeah, from him going to Detroit, I think that'll help him a lot to bounce back.
Yeah, definitely. Funny thing you said about Nola about his strikeout percentage. Didn't he broke the record right for most strikeouts in a row this year? I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah,
he did.
yeah, you're right. I think he
Yeah,
did too.
yeah, he
Yep,
did.
yep.
There has to be something about him because in my MLB The Show franchise, I lead the league in strikeouts with Aaron Nola, but like the rest of my team, I'm not very good at the show. But it's funny because I can strike out a lot of guys with
Yeah.
Nola. There must be something about him. He's good with strikeouts.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. Can't tell you, but the rest of
I
my,
don't
I'm
know.
not very good at pitching, but no, I can do it with Nola. So
Yeah, I mean, if not even Zach Wheeler.
no, actually, I'm really bad with Zach Miller. He's like 2-10.
Oh my
So
goodness. That's not
yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
yeah. All right. So moving on, those are our three guys each, six guys total, who we think will bounce back in 2022. I think there's no question that they should bounce back. Like you said, especially for Bellinger, can't get cannot get any worse for Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, yeah.
So moving on, next segment. All right. Start bench cut. We've posted those a lot before. Former
Oh
players,
yeah.
current players. This time we're gonna do a little twist. Start bench cut ballpark foods.
Oh
So we've
boy.
all been to baseball stadiums. Everyone's eaten, gotten ballpark foods there. So I'm gonna give you three things. You're gonna tell me start, bench, cut these three things, ballpark food edition. Then I'll give you my answer first, but you're gonna give your answer first. All right.
All right. Yes, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Start, bench, cut. Hot dog, chicken tenders, fries.
Okay, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
That's a tough one. Three mains there, because I mean, you can get a huge order of fries, and that'd be good. I mean,
of
either
course.
way, all of these you're paying an arm and a leg to get some anyway. But if you're gonna have to spend that money,
Okay.
I'm gonna be a little controversial here. You've been to Citizens Bank before,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Have you had the crab fries?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
crab fries. So I'm gonna start fries. I'm going to bench chicken tenders. Tenders are good. You can't go wrong with them. I feel like that's something that you go to play it safe. You're like, okay, chicken
Okay.
tenders. You don't
Yeah,
know
that's
what to
fair.
get. You're like, yeah, I can eat chicken tenders. And then I got a bench hot dog or a cut
Wow.
hot dog. Yes,
Cutting
I
hot
feel
dog.
like there's so many like different kinds of hot dogs, like different brands. And I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but that matters to me some.
Okay.
So if it's not the right kind, it's not. It's gotta be cut.
Wow. Okay. All right.
All
So I'm gonna
right. I
go.
feel from your tone of voice, I feel like you're different a lot from me.
I am gonna differ.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Let's
start
hear
the
it.
hot dog just because I
Whew.
always, just because I always connect like baseball and hot dogs. Whenever I go, I always get a hot dog. Like, and then I'll get something else too later on, but I always get a hot dog at a baseball game. It just feels right to me. That's my thing, and that's what I always do. So I have to start it. Hold, it's a great spot in my heart for a hot dog. Love hot dogs. Now, bench. This is tough because either way, I lose out on chicken tenders or fries.
Yeah.
I might. I think I'm going to bench fries and cut chicken tenders. No, I'm not.
What?
No,
Oh,
I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I
No,
was
I'm
gonna
not. I'm
say.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to start hot dogs, bench chicken tenders, and cut fries. It's tough. It's very controversial, but
Yeah.
I think by me starting the hot dog, I have to keep the chicken tenders as well. And even though I do like fries, chicken tenders, I gotta have those on my menu. So starting hot dog, benching chicken tender, cutting fries. I don't
Okay.
know.
I can get that. I can respect that.
Yeah,
Maybe not the hot dog, but
yeah,
cutting the fries because like fries can be hit or miss sometimes, especially
they
if they're
can.
not hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the reason I
or like
elevated
crunchy
fries so
too.
high, yeah, too crunchy. I elevated fries because of the crab fries that you can
Yes,
get, the chicken peas
chicken
at
and peas. Yeah,
Citizens Bank Park. Yes, yeah, that's what it is. And that's the only reason. Regular fries, hit or miss sometimes. So
yeah.
I can roll with that.
Okay, yeah. Chicken Pete's fries at Citizens Bank are great.
That's what it is. Yes.
They're so good. And then they have the sauce too. Oh, they have a
Yeah.
little sauce on the side.
If you like dip the fry once and then eat the whole thing once, that's
Yeah,
good. I
yeah,
can't do
yeah.
too much sauce.
No, no,
So
no, no, no. Yeah, it has to be the perfect amount, but it just makes
yeah,
the seasoning on. Oh, I can't wait.
it's
We're going to
incredible.
Philly. We're
It's
gonna go to Philly
incredible.
this season and figure that
Yes,
out.
we are.
All right, next one. Still in ballpark foods. We're gonna take it down. Not. It's gonna be little snacks here.
Okay.
Pretzels, Cracker Jacks, popcorn.
Okay. Is this like soft pretzel?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yes. Soft.
Start pretzels for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because you can't go wrong with either salt or even if you can get a cinnamon sugar.
Oh.
Cinnamon sugar, that's one of my go-to right there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pretzel for sure. This one's tough. I don't necessarily care for popcorn or Cracker Jacks. Not something I would go to for baseball game.
Right.
Usually, I would usually go with peanuts.
Yeah, I know. I
Just
should. Hold on.
me.
Should we throw peanuts in there instead of popcorn? Probably, right?
Okay, yeah, we could do
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. So soft pretzel, peanuts, or Cracker Jacks. You're right. I don't know why I
so
left that out.
yeah, you're good. I'm gonna start pretzels,
Okay.
and then, like I said, can't go wrong with cinnamon sugar for sure. And
Yeah.
then I am going to bench peanuts. It's just a classic. Something I don't know. Something my family's always done. You get them in the shell still. You
Yep.
crack them and then eat them. Something about it. I don't know. And then benching Cracker Jack.
Or cutting
Never been
Cracker
a fan
Jacks.
of Cracker Jack.
Ooh.
Or
Okay.
cutting. Yes, cutting. Sorry. Never been a fan of Cracker Jacks. Highly overrated to me. So, I mean, I got to do what I got to do.
Okay. All right. So for me, I'm gonna agree. Start the soft pretzel. Gotta have salt on it though. I'll eat the non-salt, but if I'm ordering, I'll say pretzel with salt, please. Then I'm going to bench Cracker Jacks and cut peanuts. I'm just not a big peanut
Okay.
guy. I'm not a big peanut guy.
Okay.
And then Cracker Jacks, I don't have often. I'll have maybe one, maybe once in a while, once in a blue moon, but never really have them. But I definitely don't have peanuts. So I'm gonna start pretzels, soft pretzel, of course, Cracker Jack, peanuts, throwing those away. That's it.
So you said salt. How you feel about cinnamon sugar or any
Oh
other
yeah. Oh,
toppings?
cinnamon sugar, I love. That's great. That's
Okay,
fantastic.
yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
most of the time, I think it's just salt, non-salt, unless there's like some special thing at a stadium. But yeah, I just want like
Okay.
a basic salt. I'll take that any day of the week.
You do okay. Maybe this is just something we do around here. I don't know. Mustard. Mustard with
That's
soft
a thing.
pretzels.
That's a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
that's a thing. I've had that before, but I don't do it like that wouldn't be my go-to, but I would do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just a little bit. If you do too much, messes up the flavor
Yeah, of
completely.
course.
But just a little bit.
Okay. All right. So, you have any other ones? You have any quick three related food items that we could
Ooh.
do? Because those are the
I
only
want to
ones
do
I got.
burger, but I gotta
Ooh.
think of two more mains then.
Okay. Well,
Um,
when was the last time you've been to Citizens Bank?
oh, it's 3 years because it wouldn't have been 2020.
You know,
3 or 4 years, so it's been a little while.
you know that
But this year, this year I got to PNC and then Camden Yards. So that was
Oh, okay. Have you been to, the barbecue place at Citizens Bank?
I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get their pulled pork sandwiches. It's
Okay.
unbelievable.
Have you ever gotten a cheesesteak, Philly cheesesteak from?
Yes.
Okay.
Not this year, but I definitely have from the past. In the past,
Okay. Yeah.
they're
Um.
very good too.
hmm. So then, if okay, we'll do sandwiches. Okay.
Okay.
Start bench cut cheeseburger, a burger, whatever else
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
get, cheese, bacon,
It
lettuce.
has to be cheese though.
Pulled pork. Yes, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Pulled pork sandwich, and
Okay.
then Philly cheesesteak. Start bench cut. Give me yours first.
Okay. So this is only based on Citizens Bank Park. I forget the name of the place in I gotta shut this place out.
I think it's so awesome how each park has like
Oh yeah,
individual special restaurants that
yeah.
like people are like, oh, when you go there, you got to get this.
Oh,
That
Bull's
just makes it
Barbecue. Yes, yeah.
okay.
Bull's Barbecue. It's left field in Citizens Bank Park. They have brisket sandwiches, pulled pork sandwiches. Pulled pork sandwich from there. That's what I get every single time I go to Citizens Bank. So
Okay.
if it's that specific sandwich, I gotta start that. I'm starting that any day of the week. And then I'll go cheesesteak sandwich. And then I'll go burger. I do
Okay.
love burgers, but I like to spice it up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Mix it up.
Okay. So I can agree with that. I feel like this is pretty flexible for me. I could go either way a
Yeah,
little bit. So I'm gonna start Philly cheesesteak. I love a good cheesesteak.
of course.
Get some onions on there, maybe a little sauce, you
Hmm.
know. Um, and then I think I'll bench pulled pork. Um,
Okay.
pulled pork sandwich is really good for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I'm gonna have to cut burgers because I feel like the same with hot dogs. They're a little hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely. The
like
size of the
if you
the
don't
size
pay
of the
for a
patty.
good burger,
Hmm.
yes, for sure. Because if you don't pay for a good burger, you're gonna be getting a small one that you can tell just not quality, not what you're looking for at
Hmm.
a ballpark burger. I can say the one I had when I went to PNC, the Pirates Field,
Yeah.
Pirate Stadium, this summer. It was a burger, fry, and drink combo. That burger was probably like this, good size, came with a huge box of fries, and then a plastic cup that you could take home too. So that was pretty good. Very expensive, but
Oh
that's
yeah,
beside the
like
point.
$25 probably.
Yeah, yeah. So, but that was a really good burger and a lot of fries. So, but I feel like the burgers are just too hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. When you're going to a baseball stadium, you walk in there knowing you're gonna spend $30 on food at least.
Yeah,
You before
yeah.
you even walk in, you have a plan. When you get in, you know I have to take $30 extra from whatever I was going to take because I'm going to spend this on food today for sure. And it's always a given, no matter what. And no matter what I eat, no matter what happens before, I always have to eat at the stadium.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to eat there. It's just an experience. I mean, even the game takes so long, so chances are you're getting hungry by
Yeah,
the end of the game anyway.
exactly.
But
But but yeah, you go into the stadium knowing you're gonna spend $30 on food. So like you said, when you're at a ballpark, you want to make sure that whatever you're eating is good because you're spending this much money on it. So you're not gonna
yeah.
go for a burger that you're unsure of. I'm gonna go to that barbecue place every single time I go to Phillies games. I went to 3 Phillies games this year, I think. I went to Bull's Barbecue every single time.
So are you a guy like you get in the game or you get into the stadium, games like not even started yet necessarily. You get your food before the game starts. Like I guess it depends on what time the game starts. But like
I
if it's like a 3 o'clock, or do you
I
wait till in
usually
between?
I usually time it to sit down with my food when the game's about to start.
Okay.
And then I
All right.
usually, so like for example, Phillies, I get the food like right before game time. And then I sit down probably like 10 minutes before game time with my food. So I'm eating at the beginning of the game. Then I usually get up maybe like fifth, sixth inning and get something else to eat, like a
Okay.
small thing,
Yeah.
maybe like fries to
Yeah.
share with whoever I'm with or something like that. But yeah, that's usually how I do it. What about you?
Okay. I'm usually like when I've went, usually you get there, uh, usually you try and get there at least half an hour before the
Oh
game
yeah,
starts.
I'm a big person. I usually get there as early as possible. I like to be there for batting practice and just walk around the stadium. I love doing that.
Okay. I've never been there for BP before, but like to watch them stretch, all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
get loose, long toss.
Hmm.
Obviously, I've seen that. But like I like to get there early. Then I usually don't get food till probably fourth, fifth inning, maybe.
Okay.
And then you go if you're gonna get something else in like seventh or eighth inning, maybe, depending how the game goes too. Like
Right.
you don't want to just leave a game if it's
Right.
close. Um, yeah, get a drink and maybe another drink then too, if you can squeeze it in between half an inning. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from all my life, I've like realized what works best for me, and that's kind of what I do no matter where I go, no matter what time it is. It just works. I don't know.
yeah,
And
yeah.
also
I
another
mean,
food item that I forgot about, garlic fries at Yankee Stadium are ridiculously good. Get a bucket of
okay,
chicken tenders and garlic fries. That's something
okay,
else I forgot about. But yeah.
all right. I've had garlic fries from Red Robin before, and those are pretty good. So I mean, ballpark food sometimes it's like better than a normal food you get
Yeah.
from a
It
restaurant, but
depends
sometimes
what.
it's like
Yeah. Yep.
what you're getting for sure.
Yep. All right. Last segment. I didn't give you a heads up about this one because I kind of just came up with this before.
All right, I'm excited. Let's do it.
I'm gonna name a random baseball team, and you're
Okay.
gonna give me a hot take for 2022.
Oh boy.
I
All
don't want you
right.
thinking. I don't want you thinking. I want you to first thing that comes to your head.
Okay.
All right. First up, Mets.
Win the NL East. I
Do
hate
you
to
think it's
say it, but it's the
possible?
first thing that came to mind. And definitely with Max Scherzer. I think if they could add another bigger name, like
Yeah.
I heard Chris Bryant mentioned, if they could
Yeah.
get him, I feel like it's definitely possible. But I'm gonna have to respect my Phillies and the reigning world champs, the Braves too. It's gonna be
Hmm.
tough, but like first thing that came to mind, that's win the NL East. I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah. Um, I don't see why they couldn't. I mean, they definitely should. On paper, they
Yeah,
should. Freddie's gonna stay in Atlanta. Acuna is gonna have a full
yeah.
season there. I mean, Freddie should stay. Acuna is gonna stay, or I mean, be healthy, right? He'll be back for spring training, I think. So I don't know. Phillies could they need
I
bullpen
feel
help?
like yeah, people. I don't want to say sleep on the Phillies because it's Bryce. Like you think of
Yeah,
Bryce, and that's pretty much it. Real
yeah,
Muto had a bad year last year. Like from the hitting, he didn't do too hot hitting. Um,
right,
Hoskins went down early, so he sort of
yeah,
had a carousel at first base.
yeah,
Uh,
and the
Alec
bullpen.
Boehm really disappointed. I hated
Yeah,
that. I was looking
yeah,
for him to have a big year. So
yeah. I like him too, but I mean, Mets should do it with DeGrom and Scherzer. That's
yeah,
disgusting. All right,
yeah.
next team, Giants.
Finished third in the division.
Ooh, they're gonna
Yeah,
have.
I
They're gonna go
I
back a
think
little bit.
yeah, definitely. I think Dodgers first, Padres second, and then Giants. it's like they came out of nowhere this year a little bit. Posey's gone. Kevin Gossman, right? He
Yeah,
signed with the
yeah,
Blue Jays, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it was a perfect storm last year, a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
for sure. And
So
they
I
just
could
got
see
hot
them,
and played.
yeah, regressing a little bit this year.
I mean, they have to regress because didn't they win like 108 or 5 games, something crazy? I forget
Something
exactly
like
what it
that.
was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they have to regress. Third place, so they're gonna fall all the way back.
I
I
think the
mean, I don't.
Padres can actually pull it together this year.
They should. They completely fell apart last year, and that was ridiculous. But
Yeah.
they should bounce back and have a good year, or it has to be better than last year because I think they were even under 500, if I remember
Um,
correctly, unless I'm just completely.
no, I think you might be right. But yeah, I don't know really how much a manager matters, but like
Yeah.
bring in a new manager, somebody who
Mm,
can keep the reins a little bit better,
mm-hmm.
uh, and bring the young guys together, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Hopefully
no,
Darvish can
makes
bounce
sense.
back a little. Blake
Yeah,
Snell, you know.
that was gonna be one of my guys that I said, but Darvish was one of the ones that fell off right after the sticky stuff.
Oh,
So I don't know
yeah.
that whole thing. All right, two more teams. I'll
Two more.
go
All right.
with Blue Jays.
Oh, Blue Jays.
I have one for this too, so I'm gonna say one after you.
Um, am I thinking too much? I'm probably thinking too much. I don't want to keep saying like finish so and so in the division,
Yeah, or you could
but
say a
I feel
player
like
on
that's
there
a
too.
decent gauge.
You could say
Oh,
players.
okay. I feel like Vladdy Jr. is going to lead the league in home runs, and
Okay,
he's definitely going to finish top 5 in MVP.
okay, yeah. What he did this year is unbelievable, and of course, it has to get overshadowed. I don't even know if it's overshadowed by Otani anymore, just because of how much everyone's like, "Oh, Vladdy would have had MVP." Like everyone keeps talking about Vladdy just because of
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
But I mean, he had an amazing year this year. He finally broke out into what everyone expected him to be when he was in the minors, completely destroying every minor league pitcher. But yeah, he had an amazing year this year. I'm going to go George Springer will finish top 10 in
Oh,
MVP.
that's what I should have done that. I like Springer as a player. I
Me too.
like if you had to give me say like top 10 players not on the Phillies like that I like, Springer's up there. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just like him.
Yeah,
So
I like a
definitely
lot
a
of the
lot of
Blue Jays.
yeah. He's a great player.
Bo Bichette is one of my favorite players too.
Oh,
I have his jersey. I have like the light blue Blue Jays jersey. I have that.
okay,
I
yeah.
have a Bo jersey. But yeah, I think George Springer, if he's healthy, which he should be, top 10 MVP.
Okay. It's a pretty bold take, but I like
It
it.
is.
I like it.
But okay, one more team. Let's go Astros.
I'll win the division again by at least 5 games.
Yeah, I think so too. Do you
I
think they can
okay,
how
maybe that
far can
wasn't
they make
super bold. I don't know.
how how far can they make it without Carlos Correa as their shortstop? How about that?
Well, it depends who they can replace him with.
I
I'll
doubt
go.
it's gonna be anyone big, right?
You don't think they don't think they could get Story even? I've heard
I
some
don't know.
rumors about that.
I don't know. It just doesn't.
Even okay, let's say they don't replace him.
Let's say
Uh,
Andrelton Simmons.
okay, so good defense, lacking on the offense a little bit,
Right,
which their offense was first in the league this year.
right.
Anyway, I think they could still make it ALCS. What would that be? The 6th year in a row or something?
Yeah, something crazy.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean they're still a very good team, and I Verlander signed a 2-year deal, so he's still on the team. I mean, they're still going to be a very good team without Correa. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll
Oh
have to
yeah.
see.
Altuve, Jordan,
Bregman, I'm
Gurriel,
sure will
Bregman. Yeah.
go back to himself. That's another one who might bounce back.
Kyle Tucker. the
Kyle
nerds,
Tucker.
the stat nerds love Kyle Tucker. I'm
They
not
do.
sure why. I don't know what half the stats mean some of the times, but like the deep sabermetrics.
Yeah.
But I just know they like him a lot, so you got to be doing
Yeah.
something right.
Yeah, they love Kyle Tucker. I don't know. But yeah. Any closing thoughts? That's all I have, at least.
All
Any
right.
closing thoughts for the first episode?
Not really. Really like the way this went though. I mean,
Yeah,
I
me
love that
too,
start
dude.
bench
I
cup
had
for the
fun.
food. We got
Yeah,
to bring that back every time.
yeah. We just have to have an episode about food, I think.
That's what I'm saying. I love talking about food. If anybody has listened to the Frozen Rope podcast, that's what it's been about the last 3 or 4 episodes. Just
You know what we
because.
gotta do? We gotta go to different stadiums this year and try all their different foods and review it.
Let's do it. I'm definitely down for that. Let's do it.
That'd be awesome. All right. Yeah. Anyway, we'll have more food content coming, apparently. I guess.
Definitely. Got to think of some other content, fun stuff. Let us know what you guys like or what you want to hear.
I don't know. Since there's no baseball, the lockout's still going on. I don't know. There's nothing really else to talk about other than baseball food. But yeah, no, it's good. All right. Anyway, next week, episode 2. We have more fun stuff planned, more fun segments, content coming your way. So yeah, tune in next week for that. And
yes, sir.
Good.
You guys don't want to stay. I don't know if you can turn on notifications or something for podcasts.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Comment. Do whatever you want to do.
We're gonna have some fun guests on in the future. Lots of fun content.
I heard Mike Trout's coming on.
Oh, I mean, I can't confirm or deny. It's possible. He must not have responded to my DM yet. So.
But he didn't say no.
So. He didn't say no. So.
Right. Yeah. So he's still up in the air. Keep an eye out. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys.